Hey guys, it is Saturday here in West Virginia, and today we're doing a little bonus video. We're doing some Squarebody custom dualies from M2. I think I've showed you guys how to do swaps on them, base swaps, wheel swaps, on 1500s and now these 3500s and the Dodge trucks and so forth. But today I just wanted to show you some customs that I put together that I've maybe mentioned in videos, and you may have even seen some of them in other videos, but I wanted to show you what I've done with some of them since we've made the videos. And I figured since we didn't have much going on this weekend, we didn't even do an unboxing yesterday, it was just a showcase on monster trucks, that I would go ahead and do a showcase on these dualies. Now, we will be doing an unboxing come Monday for Mopar Monday. We did get a Mopar in. It was a Roca, that's how they pronounce it, but it's the Random Act of Kindness from one of our viewers, Gilbert Martinez, also known as Turtle Dude 98 on IG, and he also has a really cool eBay store and such. We'll leave that in the description of the video on Monday when we crack open this charger. But today we're going to take a look at some dualies. So these guys were in the cover photo, and these are not all of them. This is just a few of them. These are the two-tones that I've come up with. Now, what I've done is taken the truck and either made one of it as slammed and the other one came as a 4x4, but a lot of these never came as 4x4s. Only the brown and beige one back here. This is how he came. I just got this second set in yesterday, so we went ahead and we swapped one of the 4x4s around. This is a beautiful truck. Looks like Colt Seaver's truck from the Fall Guy, except it is a dually and it's a crew cab, but the colors are pretty close. So yeah, this is a really sweet truck, and I wanted to see what it would look like if we had a slammed version of it right next to it. And well, that's exactly what we did. We took the roll bar out of it and we put it on a slammed base. So I like the roll bar on the 4x4, just not on the slammed one. So this thing looks really, really good as a slammed truck. The two-tone stock variants are my favorites on single cab or the crew cabs. They look absolutely beautiful as slammed or lifted. The two-wheel drives are nice too, don't get me wrong, but it's just not my cup of tea. I would rather have just slammed ones or lifted ones, and ones with no tampos of companies on them. The only one that I still have, and I customized it, well, I customized this set. There were two of them, and I'm looking for, oh, there he is, right here in front of me. This is the one that I left the livery on because I didn't want to take the yellow side stripe off. So I left the shell on the side and on the hood, and I put it on a dropped base with the big diameter wheels. So it looks pretty good. This is my only one that I have that has the company logo on it still. And then the second one that was in that Christmas ornament set is right here. And I removed all of the logos from him, from the doors and the hood, leaving it as a bright yellow with a red top and a red interior. And I know that's kind of a really contrasting color combo, and it kind of clashes and such, but it's not too bad. It reminds me of like McDonald's or something in a way, or Shell once again, but I don't know, I just prefer it without the logos all over it. That's just me. So anyways, another one that came as a 4x4 and I made a slammed one of it is this guy here. This guy is awesome. This black truck with the chrome moldings on the side and a beige interior looks really good. Lifted up in the air, fantastic looking 4x4 dually. But once again, I wanted to see what he would look like with a dropped one next to him. So that's what we did. We got one. And this one I went out of my way and found the black wheels and put on it. I swapped the base around with I think it was the Las Vegas purple one that I got this base from and put on this truck. And the 4x4 base from this truck went on one of the yellow and white ones I have. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. But this thing, the only thing I may do to this is end up swapping the interiors with some of the other trucks and put the saddle, tan, khaki color, whatever you want to call it, interior and some other ones, and get the black interior out of it and put in this one. The 4x4 one is not so necessary as this one because of the black wheels. I think the black interior would look good. The trim doesn't have to be black. I like it with the chrome trim, but the black wheels just seemed like a great idea for this one. I seen somebody else had done that on the Scaled Down Chevy Truck group on Facebook, and I really liked it, so I was like, man, I got to make one of those. And I did, and it came out fantastic. So now the counterpart to this truck was this guy here that had a two-wheel drive base on it with black wheels, and it had a big bulky ladder rack on the back of it that covered up the roof and such. I don't like the ladder racks. On a two-wheel drive regular work truck, it's okay, but on a slam truck, I don't think it looks so good. So that's why I had to remove it and make this slammed and non-work vehicle. So it's just your cruiser for the weekend, not a work truck. So it looks really good like that. And then, as I said, the 4x4 base on one also looks really good. Once again, had to remove that ladder rack because it just did not look right on the 4x4 one either, in my opinion. Now, this one has a chrome brush guard. This base, I believe, came off the yellow Coca-Cola crew cab from him too. And the other 4x4 base from this guy, I don't remember what it went under. Probably the red one or the white one I'm going to show you here in a minute. Now, the orange one here, the orange and white one, this 4x4 base came from the slammed brown and beige two-tone one. And this just looks really good with the darker tan interior. It almost looks like an orangish color tan with the orange and white two-tone. Looks fantastic. Love the way these trucks look in the two-tone once again. And it looks really good jacked up, but it also looks really good slammed on the ground. And there it is. So very nice truck. Yeah, I ended up getting sets for some trucks for just the base, and I'll put the two-wheel drive bases on the trucks that we're not going to use, like the Sprite truck we had, and we had a yellow Coca-Cola one that we tried to make look like a farm truck, and it came out nice, but I ended up getting rid of it because it really didn't correspond with like my Squarebody collection theme I was going for. So we didn't hang on to that one. So now we have two more sets of these guys, and they're back here. Now this guy here is the Coca-Cola truck from the latest 2-pack of dualies, one single cab and one crew cab. The single cab is this light blue one back here. They both had Coca-Cola tampos, and they were both slammed on the ground, and great looking truck. I just don't like the tampos, so I removed them, and I took one and put on a 4x4 chassis, which came out pretty nice. And then the other one I just left on its two-wheel drive slam base and just removed the tampos and the trailer wing. That's another thing I'm not so much into is the trailer wings. There's only one truck in my collection that I kept it on, and that was the black GMC up here, the Firebird one, because I had the bird on the side, and it just looks pretty good with that logo. Most of the other ones always have Coca-Cola logo, so I don't really dig them too much. Now, looking around at some of these other ones, yeah, let me put this camera down and grab a couple more to show you, and then we'll wrap it up. But there's a couple that I wanted to show you that are single cabs. This is the one that we unboxed last week. This is the Hobby Lobby exclusive blue two-tone. I ended up taking the ladder rack out, which it did not come out like I thought it would. It ended up breaking. I couldn't get it loose. I didn't have a soldering iron like I did in some of the other ones. They heat the bottom tips where they come through real quick, and it makes it really mushy, and you can pull it right off without any damage to your truck. I didn't care so much about breaking the ladder rack. Sometimes I'll get rid of them, like give them to somebody that's making other customs or sell them or trade them, whatever. But I don't throw away any of my extra parts for these trucks, even if it's not something I like. I always hang on to it in case somebody else needs it, or maybe I can bargain and use it as the barter system. But anyways, this one didn't work out that way. The rack shattered and fell into a few pieces and broke the legs off in here. And also my back bumper is super loose on this truck. I really have to get that glued back on. But this thing looks fantastic now with that metallic medium blue and the baby blue inserts on the side and on the hood and roof. Looks fantastic. I love this truck. Like this, not with the ladder rack. I don't know what possessed him to put a ladder rack on a slammed single cab dually, but I don't know. But in my opinion, it looks much better loose without the ladder rack. Now, another one that I did that was a little bit of a challenge, but it worked out okay, was this guy here. This is the Coca-Cola Christmas truck. This was the one that had all the snowflakes all over it and the Coca-Cola logo on the door. I did not remove them from the tailgate. As you can see, it's still got the little snowflakes on it. The reason I did that is because I didn't want to get rid of the Chevrolet logo, and I did not want to get rid of the marker lights or have to repaint them. So I left the tailgate alone. But everything else I removed, and I tried to keep the front marker lights, which I did okay with. I'm sorry, it's messing up. So they still got the front markers. The rear markers on the dually fenders, though, did come off. But as you can see, it looks really good. It did not harm the paint that much. Now, on this side, there was one little spot here on the fender that did come down to the primer. That was only because I used my fingernail like a jackass and scraped the area off instead of rubbing it. I was just in a hurry and I cut a corner. Shouldn't have done that, and I rubbed it too much, and that spot went down way too low. But one thing I found out with this truck is if you have a yellow Sharpie marker, it touches this truck up phenomenal. It just blends right in. It just looks like part of the truck. I could not believe it when I did it, but I did do it, and that's why there's like a hint of yellow on that chip. It's not totally gray. Because of that marker, and some of the edges that were light on this truck, I ended up hitting with the marker, and it ended up bringing it in where it looks really good. Even some spots in the bed, I hit with the yellow Sharpie. That way it would make the bed look fully covered because there's a lot of light spots inside the bed. So that's why I wanted to point this one out. That's a really cool trick. The yellow Sharpie marker. I don't know about any other brand, but I know the yellow Sharpie permanent marker will amaze you on that gold paint. It's just mind-boggling. I can't believe it matches perfect, identical. Actually, hold on. I'll get the marker and I'll show you guys. Instead of like just leaving you hang there. Here's the marker, and I bought a 10-pack of colored Sharpies. So as you can see, yellow marker, and we'll take a look and try to find, I don't know, something light. But anyways, we'll just do the inside of the bed here. Like as I said, you can just go and hit the lines, and you cannot tell at all. Like there was light spots. Well, see right in here, there's a light spot in front of the fender or the wheel tub. So I'll just try to color that in. See? It matches perfect. It's amazing. I was like, mind, and you can see this corner back here in the bed. It's not covered so well. Got a little bit in there, but I can't get the tip all the way down inside too good. Got it a little bit, but as you can see, it does a fantastic job. Even on the outside of the body, you can hit it and you're not going to be able to tell. For example, like these lines here were light, so I hit it with the Sharpie and it covered it fantastic. And there's a couple little spots down here too. I think that's still some Tampo left over actually. But yeah, you can't really see the yellow marker at all on it. It works out perfect. So anyways, guys, I won't keep you any longer, but that's pretty much all of my stuff that you haven't seen or haven't updated you on for a while. There's some more trucks in here. As I said, this is just the one from the Coke set I took the tampos off of. There's another one from the Coke set that I did use on a two-wheel drive platform. And this is one more tip I'll show you guys. To make your axle wider where it looks correct, I used big paper clip for the axle and I took the plastic coating off of it so it fits in the wheel pretty good. If it's a little bit loose, you could put some glue on it, but they fit pretty snug. Then what I did is I was using old lollipop sticks from Halloween that we had. They're hollow plastic tubes, and we kept a bunch of the sticks, but I ended up running out of some. So what this is here, the black spacer, that's actually one of those little adapters that they put on the trailers from M2 to hold the car. There's usually that little adapter with two little black nipples on it, so you can get your screws up and those little nipples will seat into these areas on the chassis when the car's on the trailer. So those things make great spacers. You can cut it and then slide it down. That way your axle doesn't slide back and forth like that. It locks it in place and it gives it the perfect width. As you can see, the track on that truck looks awesome. I'm going to end up probably doing it to the white GMC from the hobby shop, or the hobby exclusive. It's a little narrow, but it ain't too bad actually. Yeah, this one I'm not gonna fool with. I thought it was a little bit narrower, but it's not, so it's okay. I can deal with that one, but the ones in the single cab were way too narrow, so I made it where it was a little bit wider. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again on Monday for our Mopar Monday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.